Imagine this. Billion-dollar companies create tech to steal your attention, make foods designed to make you lazy, and put out massive ads to subconsciously control you. And they put it right in your hands, right in your living room, and right in your pocket. No wonder you feel lazy. It's not you. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to take your attention back and how to take your life back. Now, do you want pizza right now? You probably don't. You're probably not hungry for pizza. But imagine if somebody walked through that front door with the pizza you love to eat from your favorite place, and you immediately can smell it. And you look over and the box is already open and you can see it. You probably went from, I don't want pizza, I don't care for pizza, to, can I get a slice? Let me get two. You forgot about this video. You don't care about this video. You're stuffing your face with pizza right now. Why? What happened? Why did your behavior go from you're watching this video and paying attention to you eating pizza? Your behavior changed because what was in your environment changed as well. So there are forces around you. There are forces that are either helping you live more intentional, or there are forces taking away your autonomy as a human being and dictating how you move, dictating your behaviors that you aren't even aware of. But the great thing is now you are becoming aware and you're realizing you have a choice. You can choose to live the intentional life, or you can choose for others to control you and dictate how your life goes. And truth be told, we all know that everyone is gunning for our attention. I mean, if you look around, you can see how the algorithms act. They study us to get us to stay on the app. Or you could just say something. You're talking to a friend, like, oh, I want this, I want that. And then the next day, you're getting recommendations on what you just talked about. Like, people, like, we are being listened in on, and we are being subtly controlled. Subtly, I'm probably saying it wrong, but we are being controlled outside of our awareness. And it doesn't take long to open up your eyes to the fact that it's all around. But the thing is, it doesn't even have to be like external, like people like trying to pull you along. It can even be like just the plain environment. I mean, last week I think it was like Thursday or Friday, I was feeling so lazy and gloomy, and the last thing I wanted to do was work, like my actual job. It was not a great day for me. But then I just had a moment of awareness, and I looked up and I looked around, and I saw that I'm on the floor, my shoulders up to my ears, I'm scrunched over in this weak position that's obviously affecting my attitude. The lights are all off, so I'm in this dark room. Of course, I'm going to feel lazy and gloomy and don't want to do anything. So you know what I did? I went over to my standing desk and I stood up and I turned on the lights and I felt better. So it doesn't even have to be out like people trying to dictate your behavior. It can be the environment you're in. Like, is it too dark where you are? Do you not get that much exposure to sunlight? Are you in a toxic environment? Like, these things can really affect you. And I want your eyes to be open to it, because now that your eyes are open to it, you can take back control. So the next time you're having you feel lazy, but you want to do something moment, that is your time to look around your environment and ask, what is controlling you? What is enabling you? And once you figure out what that thing is, then the next thing to do is distance yourself from it, move away from it, right? So I want you to pause the video right now and get some practice in. Think about what normally controls you, what holds your attention that you might not have been aware of until you start thinking about it now. I want you to figure out at least one thing that's been controlling you, and maybe that answer came right to the top of your head. I can tell you mine has recently been Big Brother, which we'll get into a little later on in the video. Once you figure it out, I want you to put it in the comments so we can all have a discussion. But regardless, let me know what's been controlling you in the comments. Now, like I said, when you figure out what it is, you want to distance yourself. And that's just something I had to do last Monday. So I called out of work because I want to watch Big Brother. I said it. Okay, I normally don't watch TV because I know I have a tendency, I have like an addictive tendency where like if it's anything stimulating, I'm going to lock in. But my girl recommended it, and you know I'm open to doing new things. So we watched Big Brother, and it is so intense, man. I don't recommend it. Like, I'm so glad that we picked the one where it's not complete. So we're catching up, but eventually we're gonna have to wait every week for a new episode. And I'm so thankful for that because if not, I would be binging like crazy. And I would hate that. Regardless, Monday I was binging. And I hadn't ate anything. I hadn't gone out for my walk. I hadn't done anything productive. I hadn't even worked on YouTube because I just wanted to watch Big Brother. And as I'm just sitting there, hours are passing by, I realized, well, this again, I'm being controlled by this because I don't even want to be doing this anymore. I want to eat. I want to use the bathroom. I want to move around. But it was so hard for me to do that. So wanna know what I did? I literally just grabbed the remote, cut the TV off abruptly, and tossed the remote. And so I had to, and I still didn't feel like getting up, but I had no source of entertainment because my phone was burnt by me. So I just had to sit there until eventually I was like, all right, let me get up. And so then I got up and started getting ready for the day. I ate breakfast and just got back on my own feet. So it doesn't even have to be anything dramatic. You just want to get away from the thing that is controlling you once you recognize what it is. Now you might be thinking, what if there's anything in your environment that's controlling you? What if like you're having a lazy, not want to do moment, not want to do anything moment, but there's nothing like really provoking that? Think back on that story I told you where I was lazy and gloomy because it was dark. Like it doesn't have to be anything completely obvious. Sometimes it would be something very low key. But if you really look around and just keep practicing, trying to figure out what the thing is, you will start finding the small things that are having an impact on you, right? That there was no one around making me gloomy. It was just the lights being off. So it's really that small. But what if you're like so persistent? Like, no, there's nothing around in my environment that's really holding me back. Then my next thing would be to go inside, go internal, because there might be something within you that's holding you up. There's a blockage somewhere, and I don't want to go into too much detail on that because that's for another video. Like, I don't want to go too much, so I'll digress there. But if you're certain there's nothing in your environment, go within, ask some questions, and you will like reflect, and you'll figure out what's holding you up inside. And the biggest thing is, and this is going to help you in the long run as a high achiever, you got to know what your biggest attention controllers are, and you have to dismantle them if you want more control in your life. Now, the biggest three for me is my phone. That's why I have no apps on my homepage. So when I open up my phone, there's no app that's immediately going to pull me into it. I have to be more intentional. My TV, that's a big attention controller. And I normally didn't even have a TV, but now that I'm living with my girl, she has one. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't have a TV. Like, I'm not that type of person. But because TV's there now, I have a rule where I don't watch series. Now I'll watch a movie, but a movie is a lot better because I can watch for an hour and then I got my feel. But with a series, they're gonna intentionally draw you in to watch another episode, and I don't want to do that. So I have like more restrictions on how I can watch TV, and I normally don't watch series. Big Brother is an exception, but after that, I'm not. I told my girl like I need time. I need time. Like I need to be away. And the last biggest attention controller is video games, and that's why I have an Xbox 360 and I don't buy any new games, so I'm not really motivated to keep playing the same old games. So I'm not really stuck on my phone anymore, or like my video games. So you really want to think about what really holds you up and how can you make it harder for it to control you, because now that I don't have those things in my life, I'm able to do stuff like this. I'm able to go shoot basketball or like shoot hoops. I'm able to read. I'm able to spend time cooking meals and just being present with my girl because I'm not stuck being controlled by things I don't even really care to do, you know? Now, if you take this serious and you become more aware of the things that are controlling you and you put distance between them, I promise you will start living more intentional. And the people who live more intentional are the ones who have great success. Because all of us have dreams we want to achieve, but most of us are living unintentional lives where we have these dreams, but we don't do what it takes to get there because you're being controlled by things outside of us. I mean, we all have phones in our pockets, and we all reach into our pockets instinctively to get on our phones, and we are then immediately distracted for hours on end. So unless you put some distance between those distractors, you will stay in this state of zombie mode that so many people are, this unintentional life. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. So take this seriously and figure out what those things are that are controlling you and get away from it. Now, if you don't intentionally control your attention, you're gonna be like the average group of people who just go through life letting other people show them how to live. And I've never been one for that. So if that's what you want to do, you can do it, but I'm not going to do that. Now, if you're curious about all the other ways that our attention is being hijacked and just how the world and some of the forces are against us, then hit subscribe because I'm going to make more videos in the future talking about exactly that. Either way, I will see you for the next batch of videos. Bye.